So I haven't really gone through much more of the transcripts of Brendan Dassey's March 1st statement. And the reason is that this is an extremely dense document. It's very long. And to be quite honest, the more I read, the more angry I get. So I kind of have to take little breaks because all I want to do is just like find Fassbender and Uyghur and just call them and yell at them for the utter crap that is their technique. It angers me. It seriously does anger me because, you know, when you are a law enforcement officer, you have to behave by certain codes of conduct and you have to conduct your job in you know, following certain protocols. And they did not follow those protocols in any way, shape, or form. I don't know. I would love to know why Kratz felt the need to bring in those two specific investigators. Anybody know anything about Uyghur and Fassbender prior to the Stephen Avery case? Because I would love to know what made them, in Kratz's opinion, the attractive option here. There's something there that we're missing, folks. But what I really wanted to address more than the remainder of that transcript is this latest bullshit of Jodie being interviewed by HLN and her saying that he is not innocent and that he's a monster. You know, Jodie, look, folks, the fact is that Jodie was engaged to Stephen Avery before all this shit even came out, before the murder, before everything. And they were together for 2 years. And she did not look like a victim of domestic abuse to me. And I can speak from experience because I've been abused. I've been in an abusive relationship before. She did not have the fearfulness, the fear, the timidity. She didn't have any of that. I mean, she was obviously very close with his parents. And she was obviously, very in love with him. There's no reason why she should be, she says that she swallowed 2 boxes of rat poison to be able to go to the hospital, to be able to ask them to call for help. But where are the hospital records? Does she have the hospital records to bear out this story? Because if she didn't go to the hospital, then I call bullshit. Nobody eats 2 boxes of rat poison and doesn't go to the hospital. Otherwise, they're dead. First of all, Jodie, you wouldn't know shit. Your ass was in jail for 7 months when Stephen got arrested for DUI. You were in jail. Not only that, but if things were that fucking serious, why didn't you tell the guards when you were in jail? And tell them, my boyfriend's extremely fucking abusive. I need to get away from him. Can you help me? That you could even have played up the sympathy part at that point, honey. You could have said, well, that's why I was drinking and driving. I was drinking because he drives me to drink because he's fucking abusive. You could have gone so many ways. I call bullshit. You're full of it. Now I'm not saying that Stephen Avery is the perfect boyfriend. I don't know. I've never dated the man. But I'm just saying, you had options at that point that you did not use. And now that the documentary has come out, you don't see an injustice. You see dollar signs. You see money. You have this idiotic thought process that you think that Stephen Avery is going to somehow get some money out of this documentary, and you want your cut. And you're angry that you don't get that cut. And the reason why you don't get that cut is because your dumbass drank again. And then you wound up getting arrested, and the state put a restraining order on the both of you. So that's why you're not with Stephen Avery anymore. And that's why you're not getting any fucking money out of anything. And you think that, oh, well, because I'm not with him anymore, I'm just going to get my cut. You don't deserve shit, sweetheart. You lost custody of your kid. Okay? You're an alcoholic. I'm pretty sure there's some drugs in there. You've written bad checks, and now you're trying to cash in, and you're slinging Stephen Avery's fucking name through the mud in order to do it. And you are one of those low bitches that makes it hard for women that really are suffering from domestic abuse to get help. Because when people like you talk shit and they say that they've been abused when they really haven't, you just prove to other people that domestic violence victims are liars because you're lying. And then when an actual domestic violence victim comes along, they're filtering it through your bullshit in the back of their head, and they're not going to believe her. And then she's not going to get help. You're full of shit, Jodie. And quite frankly, you are just a low down dirty dog. And I wouldn't doubt that part of you is really pissed off and jealous because he's got a new woman. Grow the fuck up, please. Finally. You're a mother and you don't even have custody of your fucking kid, and you're wanting to sit here and point fingers at Stephen Avery? I think, ladies and gentlemen, I bring up the not having custody of her kid because in order for a court to remove custody completely from the mother to the point where she has to fight to get her kid back, she has to be proven unfit as a parent. And to do that, you have to be like the lowest of the low. It's ridiculous how bad you have to be in order to get your rights as a parent taken away from you. Okay? So the fact that she doesn't have her custody of her child, that goes to show that there is something very fucking wrong here with Jodie. And I'm sorry, but maybe she's just looking for a paycheck. And actually, I know that's exactly what she's going for. She's looking for a paycheck. And what are you going to do with that money, Jodie? What, you going to go out and drink and drive some more? Huh? You fucking murderous bitch. Yeah, I called you a murderer because people who drink and drive are just a murderer waiting to happen. My father was murdered by someone like you piece of shit. Grow the fuck up. Get your shit together and quit trying to cash in on other people's misfortune. Go get a goddamn job. One that doesn't involve a Quickie Mart. Ugh. Just everything about that woman makes me nauseous. Jodie, I actually felt sorry for you until this interview. I did. I felt really bad for you because you were separated from Stephen. You weren't able to see him. You weren't able to contact him. I know that he sent you some letters from jail and, there's some rather incendiary shit in there, but what have you done? If he got letters to you, I know that you could have gotten letters to him. Where are your letters? There is something wrong with you, sweetheart. Get some fucking rehab, get a job, and while you're at it, get your hair done, because no. And go to a dentist. Please go to a dentist. We'll see you next video, folks.